the new maps in here. In case you guys are just tuning in, this is your first time watching CS, or it's the first time watching CS after the majors, right? Welcome. But also, you know, there's 2 new maps. You have Overpass and Cobble, and then Cache has been added in. Train has been taken out. So Overpass, you know, actually starting off a best of 3 series. I don't think we've seen this yet. This is sick. So let's get into it right now. Nip starting on the CT side. LDLC will be on the T side. And already LDLC getting out here through connector fairly quickly. Get Right has to be careful. They could have potentially run him down there, but they're actually going to wrap around through middle.
Yeah, so now let's see. Pretty fast movement, actually. Really uncharacteristically fast for being Overpass. Already up by the A bomb site for Flower defending, and Forrest, who was over by the playground or by the picnic area, is going to be going down already. So this is a great opening, but Flower will get the return kill on NBK. Still no bomb plant, and we'll have to see. Freiburg's coming, Get Right's waiting from behind, which is no big surprise, but he's been spotted, and he actually drops down to about half health. So this is still looking all right for LDLC. They can still do this now. They're in a 2-on-1, and Get Right is, they know he's coming, and they've got him sandwiched in here. 22 health is going to go down to Happy, so that's a nice start for the Frenchman. A very fast round coming out.
No, I mean, all over the place on the map as well. It was kind of that YOLO train, right, where they're just like, okay, if we run into somebody, we're just going to run and gun them down and go off of that. But because they found nobody, LDLC, the end game plan there was, okay, we'll just wind up at the A site. And so they ended up just crashing in. Big play there by Fiflaren, though. I think he was able to pick up 2 of those frags. So him staying alive on that site as long as he did was huge for Nip. It's just that at the end of it, LDLC were managing to land the shots, and Get Right's flank didn't really play out well. But again, it looks like LDLC, not necessarily, yeah, they're going to change it up this time. They get into connector very fast, but now it's going to be Get Right here in Sewer, just looking to see if he can't find a shot through Squeak Door.
Yeah, running out of bullets pretty quickly, but the last one is a headshot on NPK. That's going to be frustrating. And, well, he's falling back here. Actually, in this corner, if the smoke clears, he could get a jump on shots in the vent or in the pipe. He's going to take him down. Still 4 bullets. He wants to pick up this rifle, but they're not going to let him. Existo will take down Smiths, and there's still a 2-on-4 here. So NIP doing a fairly good job in the follow-up round.
And it's Freiburg with the scout, and Freiburg point blank. Kyoshima closes the door. He doesn't want any of that. I'm curious if Freiburg is going to start wallbanging through here. He could potentially. He's putting it right into the L-bend onto short, but it's not going to be enough. Or rather, he's not going to manage to find anybody there. Happy has snuck his way out here into the B site proper, but Kyoshima is still kind of stuck. We need to find a way out onto this site. Nip have done a fantastic job in this eco round, however. This isn't even a Kevlar buy for them. This is just straight pistols.
Yeah. It is. They bought the 1 scout, and that's already taken Kiyoshima down to 8. It's really hard to come up with anything that LDLC can do, because we can see that NIP are all around here. So once they go checking, well, you see the result. They're going to walk right into Forest, and that will be a very clean round. Get Right, obviously, opening up with that double C-set kill that was the really big deal.
Yeah, that was huge by Get Right, and I'm glad to see that he is up to snuff right now. Because Get Right, he's been the center of attention for quite some time. I mean, you know, hailed as the best player in the world 2 years running, and then lately with Nip's kind of decline, I guess, it's certainly been, you know, eyes on Get Right, because we're so used to him just doing so much damage for Nip, hitting all the shots, playing his lurker role just perfectly, that when he doesn't show up for a game, it gets a lot of people worried, right? So Get Right, he had a couple of good games at DreamHack Stockholm, but it wasn't up to that level. If he has a strong start here on Overpass, though, this could get out of control and could carry on throughout the rest of this evening.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you've tracked Get Right's career in just Global Offensive throughout sort of the beginning until where we are now, I think what's also happened is that Get Right had very little competition for the first year almost.
Pretty much,
the average level of Counter-Strike in Global Offensive, just the average player wasn't that good, so he was years ahead of everyone else. And now that everyone's caught up, I mean, he's still probably the best player in the world, but it's you know,
it's harder to do his job now than ever.
It is a little bit harder, right? And I think that's hit him too. So actually, there's like a double effect. I think it's mentally it hit him for a while, but I think he's actually getting back into his game a lot more. So we'll see if there's going to be like a second wave of Get Right coming out.
Get Right is one of those. I mean, he's just got one of the sickest work ethics basically in CS:GO, and for him there is CS:GO, and that's pretty much it. He'll dabble in LoL every now and again, but basically this guy is he lives and breathes Counter-Strike. It's insane. Nip right now have just had the perfect bounce back into this. Now it's going to be a buy here from LDLC. They go for CZs in armor, but they're still trying to crack open this A site. They're finally going to make the play, but Freiburg is here, and the crossfire exists. Forrest, Fiflar, and Freiburg all picking up frags.
Yeah, good return from Kiyoshima and Happy, though. That's really crucial. They have bought armor here, so getting no kills would have been a disaster. That's a sick shot from Kiyoshima all the way on Fiflar, and existed there to pick up the 1, but if they get this bomb plant, this is a really good round for LDLC. 3 kills and a bomb plant. Not bad for C-set 75 armor. So yeah, NIP throwing away a lot of rifles in this round, and you gotta wonder if, I mean, especially because they had such a good defense early on, it seemed like maybe they gave up more than they should there.
It seemed like it, right? I mean, well, just the two quick kills that happened earlier on there before Fiflaurin. Fiflaurin just got caught in the back of the site, right? He was just trying to hold and buy time for the rotation to come through. But his mates, Forrest and Fragbite, getting picked off instantly like that, just opened the floodgates there for LDLC. But that's the danger of that CZ75. I mean, any pistol really, you know, P250, 5.7, CZ75. Surprised that we don't see a Tech 9 picked up, seeing as how it's gotten so many buffs from you know, on LDLC side, right? But you get up close, and with the aim that these players have, it's just so difficult to deal with just not dying, really, you know, just staying alive in that position. So Forrest and Freiberg were holding fairly close there to the entrance to A, and they just got caught.
Fiflaurin using smoke, got a bit of a boost up to the birthday party, and Forrest actually takes a long time getting that kill in on NBK, so both Fiflaurin and Forrest have taken a lot of damage. And I'd be really happy if they would let Freiberg hold A and then sort of fall back behind him right now, because no reason to give any kills. And actually, that's kind of what they're doing. So that's a nice job from NIP, or from NIP, just making sure they keep the least healthy players further behind and let LDLC come to them instead of taking fights too early up or too forward.
But LDLC still on pistols here, 3 guys alive, and they're starting to make their play here for A yet again. Really curious to see what these guys are going to do for their first buy round, because so far, focus has all been on A here for the Frenchmen. But it's not always the most popular site to go to, although with the change made to this house, that the house is no longer here, right? It does kind of simplify matters. You just have to try and get through the bottleneck onto the site, and then you can overwhelm the defense very quickly here. Forrest still very low. If Lauren gets caught by Yoshima, there's Happy finding Forrest, and now it's into a 2-on-2.
Great job from LDLC. They're really putting on a lot of damage in these rounds. You got to give them some credit for that. Just watching that guy slide down. And Gerard spawning almost where he ended. 3-1. So NIP, and they lose the pistol round, and they bounce back kind of quickly, but, you know, LDLC clearly pretty well-versed in playing on Overpass, even though I would have assumed that NIP would have been a little bit more studied on this map, just because they've had more time with this lineup, obviously, than LDLC do. It's kind of cool to see the Frenchmen just taking up a challenge here and going for it. Although it does seem to be very A-centered play right now, which is great if they can make it work. Just don't do what Virtus Pro did.
Don't overdo it, right? Yeah, exactly. Don't go into A 15 rounds in a row.
Unless you win 15 rounds in a row, then you
try for a B.
Yeah, but we'll see. They've done great with CZ75, so it kind of stands to reason that if they keep going with rifles as well, why wouldn't it work? And Gerard is at the stairwell here, moving up, but with the right timing, he could just get the backstab on Forrest, already picking up 1 kills, and they're not even looking, not even a little bit. He actually takes no one with him, so that's a bit of a mistake. He does good damage still, but that should have definitely been the first kill.
Yeah, he should have had the kill, but he still gets the info. Spots out 2 guys. Bomb carrier is about to get up onto this A site. Fiflaurin is still here, trying to avoid the flashes as best he can, and he does actually do a pretty good job of it with that smoke cutting him off. However, this is a bit tricky, but he's going to pick up NBK, and that's how he needs to start this. Fiflaurin going on a tear right now. Smiths will take out his mate. Fiflaurin nearly picking up the 3rd, but they have just crushed them. Nif, solid defense from them, and this off the back of Get Right getting that information. He didn't get the frag, Anders, but he still got the information that 2 guys were there, and they were pushing up onto that site.
And that's good. I mean, a lot more credit to Fiflaurin for picking up that shot through the smoke. I'd say, yeah, 7, 1, and 3, doing a really good job. So that's definitely very cool. But yeah, still, I mean, that you're right. I mean, Get Right did see a lot then, but you got to be careful. That should be like a 100% kill if he's on the first guy.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you could see, it's one of those moments where you're just like, I'm sure what he had, he was just like, he's convinced, okay, that guy's dead, now I'm going to start shifting my spray over to the other guy, and then somehow the guy lives with 4 HP, right? And that's one of the most ultimately frustrating things you could experience. But Get Right this time around, at least, you know, they managed to get out ahead. They do lose Fiflaurin early here in this round, however, so entry frag over to LDLC, and they've even picked up that rifle, which could come back to bite Nip here. So Nip, they have to be very careful now on this map because there's an M4 running around on it.
Yeah, Forrest hiding by the toilets. He's going to go down to NBK, who actually, I think, picks up the first kill of the map for himself. So that's pretty good to see NBK on the board here. Flashes come up. Freiberg trying to buy a little bit of time, and he's going to find himself a headshot on Smiths as well. So it's still a 3-on-4 with about 50 seconds left for LDLC, who've actually rotated back towards the B-bomb site. And there is at least 1 person here, and just 1 person here for NIP. That's Exist, and he's only going to take the 1 kill with him. Get Right, gotta be careful. He should wait for Freiberg, but actually he's gonna just take the fight straight on with the remaining LDLC members. Grenade is gonna rain in, and it's a touchdown. Shoxy's gone, and NIP win the round in spite of some nice moves. I think I like the idea of LDLC rotating back to B. I think that was a good idea.
No, it was really nicely done. And they got there quickly, right? They got everybody there fairly quickly. So Exist was only able to get 1 guy. And to stop that, or to try and slow down that plant at least. But LDLC really making those rifles that they managed to save work. They picked up those 2 rifles off of Forrest and Fifth early on. And that definitely had a big part to play there. It's just, you know, get right from on high, no fear from him, gets that first kill, and then touchdowns the nade right onto that guy trying to plant that bomb. So Shoxy, no luck for him. But it's going to be the AWP here on Forest, pushed all the way up to the entrance of Long.
Yeah, and just has like an awkward battle with Smiths, and none of them really wants to go for it again, so Forest going to fall back. They do realize Smiths has an AWP, so they have that information already, which actually should lead NIP to play a little bit more defensively over by A. Just because you don't want to get picked off by an AWP like that. Forest will get Smiths afterwards, so he wins the battle just a few seconds later. And Fiflaren still hunting out here by the toilets. It's going to go down to NBK, so it's a pretty quick trade. And now, do they want to speed up? They still have that one guy down by B right now, which is what they had last time. They made a rotation. You got to wonder if they're going to try a little bit more. Happy does go down, so now they might be stuck at A here.
It seems like that they're losing players left and right. Right now, they lose NBK as well at the entrance. Forrest is here with that AWP still. He's dropped down to 12 HP, so it's not an ideal situation, but still, that crossfire is set up now for Nip. So getting onto this side is going to be very tricky for LDLC. They try to smoke off the main entrance into it, and they're going to hunt for Forrest, but Forrest lands the shot first onto Kyoshima, and it's all down to Shoxy now. Two guys fairly low, but it's not going to be good enough. Freiburg, as soon as Shoxy tries to push up onto that site, they're using Forrest as bait at that point. They're like, okay, Forrest is over here, right? And Freiburg is crouching behind the box. So as soon as Shoxy tries to go in, bam, Nip, they get that crossfire that they were looking for the whole time. And that's the dangerous part about going up onto that A site. Without proper flashes and smokes, it's very difficult to actually crack that site because of that crossfire potential for the CT side. Then again, you know, depending on the positions held there, Freiburg, you know, just like one good flash nade goes in there, and Freiburg, Forrest, they're both white. So Nip, I mean, LDLC not really being able to bring the tools to the floor, rather.
No, couldn't make it work. I don't know. It's still very early days for us to be talking about Overpass and how it generally plays out. But I feel like the most successful rounds we've seen just across the board from any old team is the type where you either do a lot of really quick rushes towards the B bomb side and you get the right flashbangs in and you just force your way in there, or you try and get a pick off at A and then rotate back to B, because it's pretty obvious that a lot of the CT teams, they will rotate kind of fast back to A and maybe just leave one or two people at the B bomb side. So, I mean, we still have a lot to learn about this map, but yeah, LDLC again starting off with the A bomb side, and they're actually going to be walking up pretty closely. If you look at NIP, they already have 3 members here. One of them is down, that's Fiflaren gone. Freiburg, great timing, comes through the smoke, but it's going to be LDLC coming out on top here. Now a 2-on-3, and the French team could pick up a second round right now.
This is it. It's on the edge. Exist. That smoke clears, and just as it does, Kyoshima there to pick him off, and Get Right is making plenty of noise going towards the entrance. He's going to find Kyoshima just kind of sitting there. That was a bit odd, but they're still happy there to lock things out, and I'm really glad to see that from LDLC. They actually had a smoke round there onto A. It wasn't just, you know, randomly throw the smokes in and, you know, cross your fingers and hope that you're going to be able to get onto that site. They threw smokes that were designed to block off certain parts of that site, and it actually worked for them. If it weren't for Freiburg just YOLOing through the smoke and catching them flanked, that could have been a much cleaner round for LDLC. We could be looking at 4 guys from LDLC actually living through that, because after that, Nip, it's very tough for them to retake it.
Yeah, but you got to wonder as well, because NIP didn't take any forwards fight that round with LDLC, which they have in previous rounds.
And Forrest missed 2 shots. So Forrest with the AWP, he missed 2 shots.
Yeah, but that's maybe the big difference, is that previously LDLC had lost a couple of people even getting to the bomb site. This time they had everyone there, so that's hard to count on, though, for the terrorist side. Great kill coming in here for Forrest and Exist, but there is a return, and now let's see if they can actually hold on to it. Freiburg going to pick up a second one, leaving just Kyoshima. So the B push works out way worse than any A push they've had so far. As Kyoshima even got that last kill, but he could have just gone down immediately. So yeah, from what we've seen in the first 9 rounds, it feels like the A bomb side is definitely the safer choice for LDLC.
I think this is definitely based off of the update that happened after Gamescom, where they removed that house entirely. Because it used to be, you know, like Olafmeister JW, they would just camp out in there with the Swag 7 the whole time, and as soon as you try to get onto that site, they'd be waiting behind the corner and just bam, getting those shoddy kills round after round. Now that that is no longer there, that house is no longer there, it seems like basically teams can just focus on getting through that bottleneck, and with some good flashes and smokes, that's the thing. With some good flashes, one that goes off right in the middle of the site, you can flash most of the CT guys unless they're prepared for them. So it's a bit tricky. It's a bit touch and go. But LDLC, it seems like they really have focused on these A takes. That B take, though, really worked out well for Nip because they had 3 guys there early on. And both of them actually in aggressive positions as well.
Ooh. Good stuff coming in here from LDLC in this halfway eco round. They've got mostly pistols, but Happy's going to pick up one with the AK as well. And for some reason, we're back into a 2-1-1 as Exist is coming up all the way from behind, which would have been absolutely fantastic if Freiburg hadn't gone down. But because he's alone, there's not really much of a backstab. Probably LDLC are going to put the bomb down before he gets here. And then I don't know. This is a tough position. He's got the smoke, but not going to help him that much from this position. Happy, not spotting him yet. Exist could get a free kill, and that's a big deal.
That is huge. That is huge. This leaves Hiroshima alone, and he gets spotted as well. Exist cuts him off before he can make it his way out of there. He's stuck behind the box now at this point, Hiroshima. So Exist has to come and root him out of here. This is all about Kyoshima staying alive as long as possible now. He just needs to play it, and he's going to be sneaky enough. He gets down into the stairs, and now life gets kind of difficult here for Exist.
Yeah, the smoke actually does help him once he goes into that position. Tries to spray him through Hiroshima. Oh, he clicks at the very last second then, and he's going to have the time to defuse this bomb as well. Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, Exist, he was thinking, you know, my kingdom for a Molotov instead of a smoke.
Right.
When he was hiding behind that container, that could have been pretty good. But it will be LDLC, you know, failing that round, unfortunately. 2-on-1. Didn't know where he was coming from, and couldn't win the 1-on-1 follow-up.
Yeah, it's so tough. I mean, you expect Get Right. Like, I bet you if Get Right was last man alive, LDLC would be, like, turning around and checking out mid, you know, checking their backs. But because it's Exist, you're like, okay, Exist, you know, he's not the super sleuth. He's not going to try and sneak in from behind, right? This time around, a really nice 1v2 clutch there for Exist. Just really patient play for him and managing to predict Kyoshima's movements as well in that smoke. So this is now shaping up to be a fairly interesting... This is a great CT half. I mean, we haven't seen much overpass at all. So I'm glad that we actually get an opportunity here to get a little bit of a taste.
Yeah, we do have enough data to say that this is a CT-sided map, but it's really hard to say exactly how much. I think 8-2 actually means LDLC still have a pretty good chance of getting back into it, but I think they need at least 5 rounds here in the first half. I think less than 5 that's where it gets really dangerous.
Agreed.
But I mean, it's not impossible.
I'm thinking like 10-5, 10-5, 9-6. That's like what you're aiming for. As most maps, but still, you know, just if it's a CT-sided map. Right now, it looks like Smiths is going to get the entry onto that A site, but Fiflarin is still alive, and he's blocking off the safe plant position, and better yet, he's got the bomb out in the open. So LDLC, they have to run out and try and pick up this bomb. Fiflarin doing a great job. He's going to drop Kyoshima down to 28 HP, and Exist will walk in for the final frag. So another solid hold here for Nip. 3 guys living through that.
Yeah, cool flashbang being thrown from out by the toilet into the A bomb side. That's not kind of neat. You can throw, you know, grenades over there, which is actually one of the really cool features of Overpass in general is that the skyboxes is missing, so you can actually throw grenades almost everywhere, which is nice, definitely nice. So a 7-round lead here for NIP and LDLC. Back to pistols again. They've been ecoing a little bit too much. I mean, it's not really their fault, but NIP have been winning some really key rounds right here, which makes it seem, I think, even more one-sided because LDLC have had far less buy rounds than they should have had.
That's it. An extra buy round here or there keeps the pressure up on Nip. LDLC always on the brink of potentially getting an eco out of Nip, and then, you know, it just slips out of their fingers when they're losing those crucial buy rounds. So LDLC, you know, they're going to have to go for just the straight-up YOLO here, but Fiflarin already manages to land the headshot on Shoxy. That's going to slow things down here for the Frenchman.
Not really a great grenade, but no one was there anyway. Forrest will pick up Smiths, and waiting now for Kiyoshima and the Deagle. Can we at least see like a cool Deagle headshot? Thank you, Kiyoshima. That's what we were asking for. That's going to be the only one, but still, you know, it happens. That's what we want, the 1-dig. 10-2.
Kiyoshima is really good with that 1-dig as well. Like, consistently picks up frags with that pistol. He's ridiculous. Such a pleasure to watch.
I'm really curious about what LDLC are going to try and do. They have the AWP. I mean, that generally to me would suggest you're going to try and go back towards A because there's a lot more room to pick up people over at that bomb site. I still wish they would try and go for more boost to actually get those kills. Just try and boost up on these walls, see if you can't pick up anyone.
Look, we follow Fiflarin. Fiflarin is like, he's pulling off such a sick play there. He goes all the way aggressive, just straight up, straight at LDLC, runs in and picks off one guy. Unfortunately for him, he can't make it out of there intact. Shoxy tracks him down, but that was still an interesting play there by Fiflarin, playing so aggressive.
And now, how are NIP going to rotate back around? They have 2 people at A, 2 people at B right now, so they're just spreading out the defense, which you can actually really easily do. There are a lot of maps where this makes sense for the CT side. And like Inferno, for instance, it often makes a lot more sense to have 3 in one bomb side and then 1 at the B bomb side if you were in a 4-on-4. But seems like on Overpass, it's just fine having 2 at one and 2 at the other. And NIP still have another Molotov left on Freiburg, and he's at the A bomb site here. So if they wait and try and go in, which they will, well, actually they kill Freiburg, so that's a huge kill. Still got 40 seconds, and MBK comes up with a follow-up headshot on Forrest. So now it's looking really good for LDLC. Exist and Get right to left, and They're trying to see if they can come in here with the bomb already down. They got to get an entry frag, and there it is on MBK. So nice job, Exist. Goes for a second one. Shoxy's there to stop it. Get right coming up all the way from the picnic area. And again, they're not really sure exactly where he is, so he could make it a one-on-one before anything else happens. No grenades on him, though.
Well, they heard Exist rotating in, but they have not heard it Get Right at all. Only problem here is that Get Right, that bomb is really exposed. Like, it's out in the middle of nowhere. This isn't a safe plan for LDLC. This is definitely just a nigh impossible situation for Get Right, because walking into that bomb site means he's walking into the crossfire, and the only way he gets onto that bomb is by standing out completely in the open. There's nothing to cover himself with. And that we still lose both LDLC members somehow.
Yeah, they tried to escape under the bomb, which is...
not the best place.
No, it's a curious idea.
That's unfortunate. I mean, that's actually... I mean, Get Right... I'm wondering if Get Right just chuckled to himself, like, like, I didn't even have to go and fight them. They're both dead. Like, that's how good I am.
It's kind of great because it means LDLC are back to very little money. Saving those two AKs could have meant something, right?
Both of them, in fact. Both of them have $0 right now. LDLC buying everything they can, but Nip, same story right here. And this would be big for LDLC. If they could pick up this round, potentially they can save themselves from having a really rough first half here. But Forrest winning that first duel versus MBK, that's not going to help things here. Kiyoshima does bring it back and take out Get Right. We're back into a 4-on-4.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward battle down in the underground or the sewer area. Well, Fiflaren already getting a little bit of a shot in onto Smiths, doing a tiny bit of damage, and smoke goes up. Pretty standard play so far. And LDLC, are they? Yeah, they're committing back towards the A bomb side. Don't really blame them for it. I feel like they haven't shown us anything that's really worth talking about at the B bomb side. I mean, it's all been A, and the A play so far mainly revolves around putting a few smokes to block it off, then throwing hopefully a few good flashbangs, and then making it work. I mean, that's all they really can do right now.
Let's see if Happy has any luck over here. Freiberg holding on short. Happy turns the corner, walks right into Freiberg. Solid play there by Freiberg. Now the remaining 3 members here for LDLC are just rushing out onto this site. It's all down to Fiflaren now. He gets a double kill with the help of Forrest, and it's all going to be down to Shoxy now. Fiflaren just staying alive. This is all he has to do, and he gets behind the tire as well, because Shoxy can spot his legs from that position, but Fiflaren gets behind that tire, the one place that Shoxy can't shoot at him from, and that is going to be a very nice hold there for Nip. And an important round one for them as well. They stave off the eco, keep 4 guys alive, in fact, and LDLC are now going to be the ones having to force up with pistol armor. That's brutal for the last round here. LDLC, you know, we said they needed 5 rounds, and now they're going to be desperately fighting for a 4th.
Yeah, very unlikely that they should get this 4th round as well. I mean, it's been hard for LDLC here. This overpass map, I mean, maybe I'm guessing NIP picked it because they're certainly throwing LDLC for a bit of a curveball right now.
It's funny seeing Freiberg here. Freiberg, the bit of a story actually, when they were pracking these maps going into Gamescom, we thought there would be a whole lot more action around Connector, around that sewer area, around Squeaky Door. And in fact, Freiberg, they removed the boost because of him, because basically he figured out that you could boost up there and get all the information you needed, and you didn't need to actually expose yourself. So it's like Nip have played this map enough to figure out some of the tricks that have actually had to be nerfed out of the game.
Oh, the timing is so good from Shoxy. Freiberg does get the return kill on the MBK, but that was definitely funny. Just the wrong moment. And they are rotating back towards the B bomb side, and maybe Kiyoshima, if he finds one opening here, maybe they can actually just wedge the bomb in, put it down quick, and then fall back to see if they can defend it for long enough here. But it is the 15th round. They have to go for something. Still got 30 seconds left. Happy's made his way in, so I think he spotted a guy in the back. Has he seen the head there? This is not going to be easy, I think.
No, not by a long shot. Exists. I mean, they're all down to half HP, but he's got 16 bullets left to work with here, Happy. He needs to find some shots already. Lays waste to 1 man, but now he's down to his remaining 4 bullets. He's going to get flanked around that pillar. It's actually kind of depressing, that pillar, if you look at it. You know, I felt kind of bad because I was just thinking, like, LDLC, you know, they run in and all they're seeing are just, like, these really sad faces. And they're just like, no, don't think about it. We're about to lose this round, but just don't think about it. Don't give in, Anders.
I don't know. I don't know if they ever gave in, but they certainly didn't stand much of a chance in this first half. 12-3. Forrest and Freiberg coming out on top. Fiflaren followed really closely by. Had some really important rounds as well. Pistol round being one of them, and then, you know, some of the defending up at a bomb site was really good. Kiyoshima at 12, topping the scoreboard on the LDLC side. And we'll have to see if somehow the Frenchmen, I mean, win the pistol round, win the 4th round too. They could do it. I don't think 12-3 is impossible on this map. At times it can seem really CT-sided, but I think it's on the low end. Let's put it like that.
One thing is that NiP, I think, are going to have a lot of experience on T side as well. They may have some plans here developed, and they only need 4 rounds, right? So if they have 4 strats, or at least even just like 2 strats that they know work, they can try and get out there. But Smiths is actually just standing his ground at long and finds the first frag and does some good damage to Florin as well.
Yeah, Glocks versus USPS at that range is definitely much better as a USPS, especially because LDLC have all body armor, except for MBK. But that means they can, they can take some fights at long range. Glock is nowhere near as good. Smith with a second headshot. Exist did get 1 in return, but LDLC are going to be satisfied right now. And they've done a lot of damage to Exist and Florin as well.
I'm trying to check and see exactly where they can take this right now, because Exist, I mean, well, he still has that Molotov, and he has the smoke as well. They have 2 smokes, so they could try and just smoke up the A site, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Molotov could be to clear out the back of the site. They've got the blue room, and there you go. Kyoshima waiting in blue room, gets picked off immediately. It comes down to Shoxy now, but he gets smoked off. He has to take a bit of a more aggressive position, and he may get caught.
Yeah, almost out of bullets. He will get caught, and now it's Exist 1-on-2 here. Almost no health and still no bomb plant, so NIP trying for that smoke and Molotov play, but I'm not sure it's really going to work out here. 1 bullet is going to be a plenty, and Happy will end up with a triple kill. And LDLC with a very crucial round, so nicely done on the LDLC side. When I think NIP had a good idea, I just think they needed to not take that fight with Smith in the beginning. That didn't really make a lot of sense.
Well, it kind of screwed them over pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Florin, Forrest getting headshot, and Florin dropped down to like 30 HP at the beginning before they even get close to a site, whereas Smith only took like 20-something damage out of the whole exchange. Yeah, definitely not the best scenario. And at that range with the Glock, you need 2. I mean, you land a headshot, it's not 1 shot, 1 kill like with the USP or a P2K, which is a bit of a problem there. But NBK with the Nova.
Sit down, get right. Exist has actually also picked up a Tech 9 like Get Right had, so it's kind of cool to see that back. And it's been buffed over a while, and the last patch buffed it a little bit more, so definitely not a worthless pistol.
Does he take a jump? Yes, he does. And Happy spots him. Wow.
Yeah, and that information is going to be given over to Kyoshima, who actually maybe just forget about that corner for a moment, because Exist got that kill on him. Attempted spray through, not going to connect with anyone. So, MBK still out with the Angry Farmer shotgun, taking down the terrorist on his front lawn.
Let's count how much money he's made so far. $1,800. And he's $900 per kill with that gun. So he's making a lot of money in this round already. Nice shot there. The flank, a 3rd kill, a 4th kill, quad kill.
I can't even count that high. That's just a lot of money.
That's a lot of, well, I mean, look, there you go, the comparison. His teammates are floating around like 37, 33, right? You know, he's sitting up there at 7K. Okay, then, right? Nova kills, they're worth a lot of money. Just ask JW.
Yeah. Need like...
He named his swag 7 the Bank of Sweden or something.
It's like a golden calculator to try and figure out exactly how much money that was.
It's too damn high, Anders. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Kyoshima right now. I mean, it may be the connector play here. Kyoshima with this position, though, can do a lot of damage, but it's going to be Happy actually holding main entrance to the B site, and he gets 2 kills.
How much money do they really want to feed to MBK? That's the question here. Oh, okay, right. If he had come through right then, that would actually have been pretty sublime timing, but he couldn't really know that. And Gerard actually will pick up a kill onto Kyoshima. They have that 1 AK in play right here, which is interesting. Freiburg sneaking up and actually will be able to maybe get a backstab in here if he's quick about it. Opens the door, maybe... Can he even open the door from this angle? There we go. Instant kill on Smith. So actually we're back into a 2-on-2, and NIP doing a lot of work in this round. This is pretty impressive. Kind of like LDLC in the first half, had some really good eco rounds. It seems like that's just the theme for the terrorists right here. MBK will finish the round, and that's good news. This time it wasn't a shotgun kill, so a little bit less money on his side, but still doing just fine at almost 8,000.
Yeah, so what, 7 kills in 2 rounds for NBK. That certainly woke him up. We can see him now actually getting close to Happy, who led throughout the first half for LDLC. So good frags. I'm curious to see where NiP are going to decide to take this one, though, because now it's going to be the buy round, that 19th round here for LDLC. They've got plenty of money, and NiP now just going into it with 4 rifles and a Tech 9 on Exist. So this is, I mean, they have, that's like 2 buffs now that the devs have put out that have buffed the accuracy for the Tech 9.
That smoke landing right there. I'm wondering if that was for the stairwell up, or yeah, it seems right. So it's sort of halfway blocking. I don't think this is. I think it was supposed to land a little bit further up so that Kyoshima actually couldn't do what he just did. So I mean, maybe a little bit of a failure there actually for NIP. If Found's going to get taken down, so Smiths, the right angle, takes a second fight and gets some help from Kyoshima, and LDLC are now 2 people up and almost would have gotten a 3rd kill on Forrest there. So I think that 1 failed smoke actually cost them quite dearly on the NIP side.
certainly slowed them down, but Exist not even able to find anything here. He's trying to predict, actually, and he does do some good damage through the smoke, so this is certainly Exist's day to do his, like, Flusha impression. Shots through smoke, getting frags, but then Shoxy with the flank, and he picks off Forrest as well. Both of them low on Nip's side, but still 2 kills for Shoxy. NBK picks up the final one, and LDLC now on 7 rounds and just looking unstoppable. They're starting to get a bit of bank on their side as well, and that's the real scary part here. Nip need to try and continue to do damage to LDLC to not let their money get out of control, but now we actually start to see a pretty good bank here on the French side.
Yeah, man, this is, you know, we said there were basically 2 things that had to be accomplished for LDLC to get back in the game, and the first one was pistol round. Second one would be the follow-up buy round, which NIP just had. So now, say LDLC are actually in a pretty good position. Leg shot and then grenade onto Exist takes him down. MBK goes for the spray. The bomb is down, so he sees the bomb, and he's got Shoxy there, so they can make an instant rotation. The rest of LDLC are coming, and NIP have to move a lot faster than this. Fragbite gets 2 good kills. He's going to go down, though. And Flaren, well, he doesn't control the bomb. And LDLC do. This is a very hard position for him to win from.
Yeah, they've already... I think they spotted the bomb out in the open as well, or at least they should have.
They know.
It's going to be the rotation in here by Smith. He's going to be able to put some good fire out, and there you go. Fiflaren walks right into him. Fiflaren just trying to hold the angle, look towards those barrels, but Smith wasn't exactly in the position that Fiflaren predicted, and, well, we see the result.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's play a little bit of pretend. If the guy that came through the first pipe there, that MBK took down, if he hadn't had the bomb, if they had come in from the L-bend, probably LDLC would have been a lot slower on the rotation, but because they saw the bomb almost instantaneously, it's really easy for the CT side to just commit everyone. You just go on the radio and, you know, just call in for backup immediately, the airstrike and everything. You're just going to call it all in at the same time, because now you know what's happening, so it's a bit of a problem for NIP. Too many CT players showing up all at the same time. And now they're back on ecoing as well, though. Freiburg will pick up a good kill. Shoxy still valiantly defending the toilet here.
Shoxy go and pick up the Tech 9, though. That's the question. Happy? No scoping against pistols. He likes to live life dangerously.
Yeah, he's in it for the thrills, right?
For the glory. Olaf Meister. He's in here in tag, not in person. All right, well, that was a round of eco here for Nip. So, the only scary part here is that they haven't picked up a single round in this second half right now, Nip. So, it's basically now or never. I mean, LDLC now, they've got a guy above $10K, so Kiyoshima's going to be able to bank his team for at least another round. Whereas Nip, they have enough. If they were to lose this round, they have enough to full buy in the next. They need to get 4 rounds somehow, and I'm not really seeing it. They're focusing a lot on B. Much like LDLC focused on A in the first half, it seems like Nip are really just focusing on the B site, but it's not really panning out for them at all.
Well, listen, Kiyoshima picks up a double kill quickly in this round, and Happy's falling back to a much safer position. They try and come up this, actually sees the gun barrel, and that's an easy kill coming in. So NIP making almost no headway in this match or in this second half. And if we were joining this game just now and saw what's about to be a 12-10 scoreline, I'd definitely give the advantage to LDLC. No doubt about that, especially if you then take into account the economic state here. 16,000 as we begin on Kiyoshima, who's at 19 kills, quickly followed by Happy at 17. This is definitely LDLC about to make a ridiculous comeback in this game.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to buy anything. Look at this. He's just maxed out at $16,000. Kiyoshima, that's filthy right there. And Nip, I mean, as we said, you know, after that last round, they're still able to buy. But you're right, man. They're really having a lot of trouble. It seems like Nip are just focusing on the pick play, on just trying to get kills early on that will allow them to pressure LDLC into rotating players around on the map that then, you know, would allow for Nip to take advantage of that. But we're just not seeing it. Nip are running in and they're getting picked off one at a time. So it's the opposite, basically. You know, Nip are the ones who are supposed to be getting the kills, but LDLC seem to find them consistently.
Yeah, and actually a big miss up there from Smith. Freiburg should have gone down instantly. Nice move from Freiburg actually being quick enough to turn around, but that should have been a bit of a given kill. And that may be the big opening here for NIP. Now it's a 3-on-4, and LDLC already with Shoxy quite low on health. So a couple of missteps there for the French team, and that could cost them a lot.
This could be really painful.
But look at the information MBK is getting. He's going to find no one until he actually walks into the sewer area where Get Right is holding. Is he looking the right way? He's actually looking the wrong way, so MBK... Oh my god, how did he not get that kill? Get Right and Freiburg both surviving when they shouldn't. And that's a nice way for NIP to win a round. LDLC are going to be kicking themselves.
Oh, and they've spotted Happy out on upper as well. He gets smoked off, though, so it's not really going to matter in the end. I mean, now it's the question, do they back off or not? Well, Get Right He's woken up. He takes Shoxy out instantly there before the rotation can even get started. The Molotov to buy even more time. Happy just kind of caught back here, trying to find a shot with that AWP, but 1v4 retake with an AWP is not exactly the best situation, and he's getting wrapped around on already. Nip already sending Exist out on the map to make sure that they can get behind Happy, and he's not going to have a clean escape.
No, he really won't. But I'm pretty sure LDLC were actually ready to sacrifice everything just so that they could steal some rifles, because they have so much money that they just want to get some rifles away from NIP, and they're going to be successful in getting one away. Another one here would be worth a lot, but it's not going to happen. Exist will finish up with that kill, so that's 13 to 10. And finally, NIP, there's a first round they've had in the second half here. Oh, NBK was actually caught looking the wrong way. He was checking the corner, and they turned around just at the same time. And when you're up against the recoil master, apparently, you're not going to be coming out on top. But the switch up is there for LDLC immediately. They do pick up 2 AWP, so it's a double up setup here for the CT side. Let's see if that's going to work better. They're at least more defensive now. They can afford to be.
Yeah, they can really just sit back now and let NIP run into them again and try and catch them off guard with the double AWP, because they haven't played this yet in this first half. So it's a good time to try and catch Nip off guard with it, just because they would reset Nip's money. So this is a huge round here. A lot of momentum to be gained. Nip, of course, they aren't going to force LDLC to an eco if they win this round, but they will get on that 14th round, 1 round away from match point.
Yeah. Oh, leg shot, and then the follow-up pistol from Smith. So, but actually, Smith does drop pretty low as well. So a little bit scary still. MBK maybe about to have a fight with Get Right. Kirishima goes down again. Kirishima has had a couple of unlucky rides. Get Right doesn't spot it, and MBK will take that kill almost for free. So now they're a man up, and they have a lot of control. And actually, Shoxy's sneaking all the way around. So Shoxy's really getting a lot of information about what's going on the map right here.
He's so far away, though. He's so far away. Like, he's going to have to start moving very quickly here. It's NBK who's going to be the point man on the B site. Spots the first man that come out there. Fifth Lauren can't get the entry. And it's going to be Exist and Freiberg. Last 2 guys alive here. Freiberg coming in through short. Rushes through that smoke and just barely misses out on the frag on NBK.
Could have been, maybe should have been, but Shoxy's there. Coming up all the way from the A-bomb site. That long rotation, and Exist doesn't really stand a chance any longer. I mean, even if he kills NBK there, would have been nearly impossible anyway. Triple kill from NBK, and now things are looking really horrible for NIP. If this was their ace up the sleeve, picking this map, then I think LDLC are about to just pull out a Royal Flush, essentially, and just crash them, because it's not like NIP are bad at playing Inferno. I actually say Inferno is one of their stronger maps, but it's still a little bit worrying that that you can start off 12-3 and then end up at 13-11 here.
Yeah, it really seems... I mean, it's just surprising to see how well LDLC are playing this map as well. Clearly, they're familiar with it. I mean, they were all Gamescom players. They were all at Gamescom, so they had to prep Overpass. Even if it wasn't with this lineup in particular, still they have experience on the map, and it seems like, in the small amount of time that they've had here as this new lineup, they've actually put some time into it. So this is looking very interesting already. Nip kind of caught off guard, and Nip are the ones now who are just ecoing to even out their money. Exist and Forest both picking up Tech 9s. Interesting thing to note there. No CZs for these guys.
Yeah, and now they're gonna go see if they can spot anyone over there. Can't just yet. Happy goes for no scoping through. That would have been pretty sick. It's MBK and Kirishima who start off right here, and Kirishima not exactly standing still, just going for the fight. Has to pull out the Deagle. He's up against that Tech 9, and finally he gets the kill, but still took a little bit too long for him to survive.
Fifth Lauren, surprise! He's got the AWP now as well. Goes for the shot. NBK's going to find the headshot on him, but still a kill going their way. Freiberg now the last man alive, moving up on short here, walking into the triangle of doom. Potentially there is still 1 man over on the A site, but there's 2 guys holding solid on this B site, so Freiberg's not going to get in here for free. It's going to be kind of tricky unless he can catch a man with a nade in hand, but Shoxy still has time to get his rifle out and get the kill still. So Freiberg, bit of the panic spray there, and it did not work out for him. Nip, after that round though, they have plenty of money to buy. They need to just win this round at all costs. This is it. LDLC, if they tie it up at 13-13, this is completely out of control.
It will be even more out of control because NIP have only lost a couple of rounds in a row here. So if they lose this round, they won't have enough consecutive round loss bonus to continue to buy. They really need to at least put the bomb down and preferably just continue on their win streak here and close out this game that started so well for them. All right, now it's looking more than just a little bit difficult, as there is still the AWP or the double up setup going on here on the LDLC side. In fact, Smiths won the battle last time over here on the toilet side of the A push.
Looking for that A push here to change things up, because it really does seem like every single round Nip end up on B. So is this the time now that they try and change it up and go towards that A site? But Smith wins the duel on the AWP already. Picks off his first guy in mid.
Very nice. Again, the opening kill happening for LDLC. And now they're going for a little bit of a boost, it seems like, or at least trying to. Yeah, they're going to see if they can get Happy up and looking over the wall here. And actually, he will spot that person, but almost dies for it. A little bit of hesitation there. Now, that would have been a really good opening for NIP if they could have got in there with that first kill.
Happy's going to watch this demo afterwards and just be like, why was I aiming so high? He's always aiming a little bit too high with that wallbang.
But MBK, he brings it right back with a really nice triple kill. Everybody from NIP just getting shot down coming into the bomb site. Forest now, 1-on-4, and it will be a quad kill from MBK. What a great round going into it here. Just 2 from the pipe and another 2 coming in from the L-bend. Just a one-man army defending it. And NIP, now just take a look at this. If they had had the bomb plant this round, they would have actually all had enough to buy AKs. That was the difference. The $800 difference here. That's what did it. So, but as a result, now they don't, and they're going to have to eco another one. LDLC could take the round lead for the first time in this game.
Exactly. They have all of the control because they still have plenty of money on LDLC's side as well. Living with 4 guys, this is just huge for LDLC. They have all of the control, all of the confidence as well because NIP just can't seem to crack them. And now they have plenty of money to go for interesting pushes if they want to. I mean, Happy playing aggressively a little bit here with his AWP, trying to look in towards T-spawn. Not going to spot anybody just yet, but still information gained.
Yeah. Gerard has found a pocket in the smoke that he's just waiting in, and now they're going to push in with some flashbangs and try and get really close. But Happy will still land the first shot. MBK in position with the AK. Got to be careful he doesn't spray his full magazine. Actually, not that great defense this time. Going to go down, and should be a bomb plan here for NIP. So that's going to give them a little bit more. Happy with a good shot, and Forrest will die last. And, well...
Everybody wants that tag. Everybody wants to get that tag.
They just want to get in there. They even burned Get right at the end.
Still, I'm really impressed with Happy's op play so far, actually. I mean, CZ for 1 kill, but still, the flick with the op, Happy showing that he's capable of using that sniper rifle.
Which is interesting, because normally we would be calling for Smiths and Shox to be the 2 people AWPing, but I mean, Shox has been doing alright without the AWP, and MBK has just been stunning, especially in the second half when in that B-bomb side. He's been such a rock that it's really hard to apparently root him out. But NIP can buy again, and they've got the AWP and Forest. We'll have to see if this is going to make the difference for the Swedish team, because right now they got to fight for it. If Flaren goes down, Get Right goes down, and that's about as bad a start as you can get.
Opposite sides of the map as well. 1 in sewer and 1 at long. It's just they're pushing all over the place, LDLC. They can afford to do this if they want. They can just bully at NIP Gaming. I mean, NIP, right off the bat, they're looking to try and establish some kind of control on the map, and LDLC aren't even letting them set up. They just come rushing at them, pick up the 2 kills, and then fade away again. Yeah. And that's the really frustrating thing for NIP. They aren't able to get refrags and try and bring it back to a 3-on-4 or anything like that. I
like how Smith is covering that, that water fountain right there. If anyone's thirsty, they're gonna have to come through me. I just, no free meals here. Exist is going to go down to Shox, and
he's just waiting. He's like, oh, somebody's there.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay a tip if you want it. Otherwise, this water is going to cost you dearly. But he misses the shot, though. Forrest will pick it up, and maybe a bit of an opening, but it's still a long ways away. With only 30 seconds in this 2-on-4, I think NIP might be very close to losing this first map here.
As they're right on the edge. Forrest not interested in that water. He's got tap water. Oh no, Happy with the flank. Forrest, though, still with the 180 to pick off Happy. Only problem is that gives away his position, and MBK gets the spray through that smoke. Shows up on the radar, and that's an easy kill there for LDLC. That puts them on map point.
Yeah, so that's a little bit worried about whether or not NIP would have quite enough to buy in this last round, but they just have, and I think they've lost. If we bring up the graph pretty quick, how many rounds is that for NIP in a row now? There it is. All right, yeah, so that's 5 rounds in a row, so that helps them out a lot, in fact. If they want to try and fight for overtime, it's kind of now or never. They've won 1 round in the second half here, and LDLC have seemed just unbeatable. Happy, though, flashed out quite a bit, and now they get a little bit closer. MBK goes down, and that's the first time in a while that he's been the first frag in a round, so maybe there's an opening here for NIP, though. Shox is going to try and shut it down. Happy with the kill as well, and this is looking great. Still a 3-on-3. Happy hiding in the corner. They know he's there, and they're throwing grenades and everything at him, but while they're focused, Smiths comes up, and NIP now a little bit scattered. They don't have the bomb control. They're 1 man down.
He's played this perfectly, Happy. He's finally, or no, it's Smith who gets picked off. Happy is waiting in that angle, though, down in the pit, and he just goes rushing up. It's now into a 1-on-1 Fiflaren down to half HP. Kiyoshima is sitting on that bomb, however, on that site, but there's still 50 seconds left for Fiflaren. So he could look to try and change up his angle, try and wrap back around through.
Yeah, he's worried about Kiyoshima doing the same thing, but in fact, Kiyoshima's moved over by the barrels, and is really close to the bomb. Well, if Flaren has so many grenades, but how do you know where to use them?
Exactly. I mean, you could try and use them for a fake, and that looks like what he wants to do. But Kiyoshima sees the direction that it comes from. He knows. It's a scary thing. He should have seen the arc there, so...
Yeah, Flaren's going to be able to put up the bomb, but I don't think he can actually plant the bomb. As one grenade here from Kiyoshima is actually enough to get the kill on Flaren too, so if he fakes it once and Kiyoshima just throws it, that'd be kind of devastating.
Oh, he's not going to have any options.
Oh,
he's not
down to 23.
6 seconds, 5 seconds. He has to go for the plant now.
He's going to come through with 2 seconds left, but how does he get out from under here? That's the problem. Kiyoshima's right there, and that's going to be it. LDLC, they make it all the way back on this first map. What a great comeback. 16-13 from a 12-3 first half. And that's what we're sort of hinting at. This is definitely a CT-sided map, and you play it right, you can get this kind of result. Very impressive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just good to see how close these two teams are. I mean, at least on the CT side, right? It's clearly experience. They need some experience on that T side to start mapping it out, because there's so many options without the skybox that you can... I mean, you can come up with so many clever plays with the nades, etc., but we didn't really see too much of that. So let's go ahead and take a look about the recap. You know, as we talk over this map, let's go ahead and go through some of the bigger plays. But really, it just seemed like if whichever team was on the T side, already it was fun to see that LDLC really favored the A site, and NIP were all about the B site. So there, it's clear, you know, preferences start to show a little bit, but they need to have a little bit more time to refine their T sides, I think, on both sides.
Yeah, but I think this whole... I mean, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of potential to be throwing a lot of different grenades in a map like this, but the problem is it's not just about whether or not you spend enough time on a map alone to land the grenade right. The rest of the team still has to know how to play once you've put up a smoke or a flashbang or something like that. I think it takes such a long time. It takes more than just a couple of months, and I think no team is actually quite there yet. So I think everything we've seen here from both sides has been mainly just close to standard play. Just hoping for an entry frag and seeing if you can play off there. Yeah, sure, you can put up smokes in the most obvious choke points, but I'd venture to say almost anyone can do. You can go on matchmaking and find people doing this. Without it being like too elaborate. Some of the things we did see was, I mean, if Flaren tried to smoke off towards the toilets from the main entrance,